cramped, as you can see, but very comfortable. Bit of a mess at the moment, just landed. And that's the toilet and bathroom in there. This is all our cupboards for our clothes. And this in here is our wardrobe with our life jackets at the top. The funnel. His friends from Dorset, Mrs. Hathaway. Oh yes.
And our children.
Very nice. Not many people on it. It's not that many people on it. No.
Perhaps that's the first one that went over then, because they were going over in groups though.
Yeah.
Don't forget, they get underneath that workplace, guys.
Yeah.
Inside as well as...
Yeah.
There were seats inside the... Yeah.
Chap on the front stood there holding a great big pole. Chap on the front's got a great big pole in his hands. Perhaps he's doing a spot of fishing. Oh, there are a lot of people on there. Lindsay?
Ahora al día que llegábamos no vivía así. Y entonces dije, vamos a mirar el sitio. Qué bueno que nos hemos ido. Ahora me voy a mover a poner.
Mira, ahí ya viene dentro, ¿eh? Mira la gaviota. Bueno, la mesa.
Hoy desde luego tenemos que comer en la hamaca, ¿eh? Esto está clarísimo.
Está solicitado todo, ¿no?
Just above the main entrance, notice the head of Helios, who was the god's son, protector of the island of Rhodes. Above the two last windows, notice the snakes and the deer which is killing one of them, grabbing it with its hoof. The deers were brought from the mainland after an oracle was given to the people of Rhodes to bring the deer down to eliminate the snakes so that the island could be inhabited. Straight forward is Virgin Mary's Annunciation Church, which is Rhodes Metropolitan Church today, and it was built in 1935 by the Italians as a typical Gothic-style form church at the exterior, while the interior is a typical Greek Orthodox church. The two deers which they are standing at the Mandraki harbour were placed there by the Italians as Rhodian symbols. The lighthouse of St. Nicholas was used to be the war tower of St. Nicholas, which was protecting Mandraki wall harbour of the Middle Ages, built in the 15th century AD. All the windmills were built by slaves brought from Genova in the Middle Ages. The place with the two deers is the hypothetical place of Rhodes Colossus, one of the seven wonders of antiquity, and the legendary statue, which was about 33 meters high, and it was casted out of bronze. It was built in 305 years BC when one of the successors of Alexander the Great, called Demetrius, decided to come to Rhodes and to punish the island because the Rhodians refused to support him in the war with Egypt, just because the Egyptians were their allies. Demetrius stayed over a year round trying to undertake the island, but when he did not succeed, he left behind all of his war machinery as a present to the Rhodian people for their courage, and in that way the Rhodians sold them, and they got the bronze out of which the huge statue was built, 33 meters high, which is about 105 feet, and in that way it was placed outside the temple of Helios, the god Sun's temple, on solid land, although the legends want it over the harbor, something which is not true. It broke of its knees at the earthquake of 227 years BC, fell on the solid ground, and later on at 650. This is the closest beach to the harbor, in case some of you would like to go for a dive in the afternoon. It is called the Mediterranean Hotel Beach. It's a public beach. You can come here grabbing a taxi for a couple of dollars or walking for about 20 minutes, same way as we came out of the harbor. Keep on always to your right. Once again, to your right, notice the aquarium. Built on solid rock by the Italians, it concentrates a large number of alive fish and water tanks, and lots of other stuff in an exhibition room behind it. To your left, notice all these windmills, which they were flower windmills. Built also in the Middle Ages. We are at the northwest part of point of the island, which is quite windy. As you can see, it's always windy. 80-mile coastline lies about 12 kilometers away from here to your right. You can see the coastline almost extremely quite clearly seen today. Above the sea level. Pontisville Hill has taken its name out of the English Admiral Sir Sidney Smith, who used the place as a lookout post during the Napoleon's war with Turkey at 1802. Pontisville Hill was a place that housed Rhodes' ancient acropolis. Rhodes town was built at 408 years BC, when the three ancient Rhodian cities were joined by Boreas, an Olympic champion, son of another famous Olympic champion of Rhodes, Diagoras. After winning the Olympic Games, he became quite popular on the island. With each terrace being a bit higher than the previous one. Acropolis was the city's edge. It was the place when the ancient Greeks were worshipping their gods, just a cult area. A place full of temples, altars, and also anti-crowd sacreds, which they were called nymphea, and they were dedicated to nymphs, beautiful girls, protectors of water and nature. Was covering a total area of about 700 hectares. The streets, horizontal and vertical streets, were separating the city in squares and economic blocks. The whole city was covered out with statues reaching about 3,000 in number during the years of its peak, after the great earthquake of 227 years BC, which besides destroying Colossus, destroyed the whole city of Rhodes. It was though built as more luxurious as possible, with the money given by Rhodes' allies, so within a year's time the city was rebuilt, more luxurious than ever. The wide streets were about 6 to 16 meters, and although at first, before the earthquake, were covered asphalts on the island, especially in the evening when the temple is lighted. So it had 6 columns in the front part and 6 columns at the back part. It is Doric style form temple, and it is made out of sandstone, porous limestone, which is the most common material on the island. Right next to
Don't fall down. That's right.
we came through the village, and you see the houses. Most of them were having set down in temple doorsteps, and so you probably have noticed that all the steps as we were coming through, they were also covered up with temples. This is a characteristic way of architecture on roads, and generally in quite a lot of the Aegean Sea islands, which is stretched right out to the arches and a great portico column. And they could get the water from wells, and that goes back to the first century BC for the water system. The water system is actually on the second terrace. Front terrace was full of statues, votive offerings to the goddess Athena, and they were of a great dimensions. The very small votive offerings of gold and silver were kept at the back part of the
glass whiskey, Damien.
No.
Watching Japanese or something. Just in it.
Change $100 US dollars. That time it will be about 5 million in your hand. You can show it to your friend and your friend will take a picture. Like a pen like that. Because we have 1 million banknotes. And 5 of them together like this. Everybody will believe it because it's written on our money. 1 million. It's written with 6 zeros. That's possible in Turkey to be a millionaire in 1 minute. It's $300,000 for example. It's with not billions, it's with billions. Not millions, but with billions. But 3.5 billion, 4 billion, about 4 billion Turkish. Yeah, the difference between the house and villa here by the church, like residential house or summer villa. A nice looking one. Now here you see something like a delta, D-E-L-T-A. In the United States there is another name for that, condominiums you say. The same thing. Here the hotels.
Mine, the odd postcard. My mother can get one out of that. That's really that.
And yesterday you didn't have time to park anywhere, did you?
Yeah,
On the Lindos one.
I know she said about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes, please. Water, 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 water. Cold water here, cold water.
I will try to do my best. I will try to shout. I was not born to be a guide, I think. I don't have a very loud voice. But I will try to do my best with my voice. At the moment, you don't limit the city with the fences around. Because even on the top of this mountain, the people had their city walls. And the walls here, they are coming from Hellenistic time, which means even before Alexander the Great, they were made. The city walls, and out of the city walls they had their graveyards. So it's a part of the city again, but out of the fences. There is a big history, there is a long history here. Believe or not, the first ruins found from Ephesus, they are being dated to 3000 BC. 3000 BC. At another 2000, what you will find? 5,000 years history. It's 5,000 years history at Ephesus. Even more. The first people came to the city. They were Hittites. You know Hittites? They are the children of Assyrian colonists. Colonists came from the sea, from the harbor. You can't see the old harbor from here because that's the beginning, that's the entrance. This part is the aristocracy part. This is the social part. We call it These ones, they had a place for gymnastics as well. They called it apoditarium or palaestra, a place, a space for keeping fit, gymnastics, like today's aerobics or steps. They were doing something before they went into the pools for blood. I know.
This is the library. And this is the brothel.
So you're going to get it.
Oh yes, we're actually working.
I'll send you a copy.
That's what they said, was it?
Yes, yes.
Ah.
They haven't come yet, it's about timing. They came to the lace. Don't go. Did you go to sleep? Well, no, he gets sleep. Oh.
So it's very easy.
Or we take our head outside the window. So this is why he's got to stand here. It's our communication with the engine room as far as speed and direction is concerned. We have two, one for each engine, one for the left one and one for the right one. And when we move these levers back and forth, we can give instructions to the chief engineer, to the engine room, about our speed and our direction. I will not do this now and cause panic in the engine room, but when these levers are facing forward, it means that we want the ship to move forward this way. When the levers are facing backwards, it means that we want the ship to reverse, to do a movement astern. And we've got different color readings. These are a bit faded from the sun. Everything that is marked in red is for our stern movements. Everything that is marked in white is for our forward movements. And now the levers facing to the front on the indication here at full means that we are doing full speed ahead. If you'd like to follow me, we'll go inside. Full speed ahead is our maximum speed, which is 18 knots. 18 knots. We have two turbine engines that give us a horsepower of 30,000 with a maximum speed of 18 knots. Cruising speed 16.8 knots. We'll be going inside the bridge now. Feel free to take photographs if you want. Let me remind you that I'm only the assistant cruise director. I will be giving you some information, but if there's anything that I forget to tell you, or if you need specific information, don't hesitate to ask our navigation officer, since he definitely knows more than I do. So, people on one ship, therefore safety is essential, especially on this ship that we have so many people. For this case, the bridge has to be alert and to know everything that's going on the ship at once. That's why we have safety panels, and this is our fire alarm safety panel. The fire alarms are the little red boxes that you've seen everywhere on board, in the corridors, the lounges, that say in case of an emergency or fire, break glass and push button. When that happens, we have a light indication on this panel, so the officer on duty knows exactly where the fire is. In that case, he will alert the fire squads. Fire squads are crew members, all the crew members on board and staff, everybody that works on board. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. Myself, even the dancers, even those who clean potatoes, not only officers and sailors, everybody has been assigned to a fire squad and has special duties that is
That's the ship. See it on the radar.
shape of a lawn along the bay. And when the sun sets there, the water used to get the golden color of the sunset. And therefore, that body of water is still called the Golden Horn. Golden Horn. That's where the expressions come from. At the beginning of the century, by one of the left is a drawbridge which was opened last year, and it is longer than the Tower Bridge in London, for instance. And well, it should be facing Turkey. Therefore, if you're building a mosque in the States, in Seattle, Florida, or Arizona, or in England, or in Japan, Turkey, they will not be facing a certain direction to east or west, but to that city. And they're able to see are this type of gardens all over, but these are handmade. In the Blue Mosque, those the new ones are machine made ones. So they have removed those pieces. However, we're going to see a kind of presentation, and you're going to see a girl. If you have never seen a girl,
Want to buy a conker, sir?
How much?
Like a conker?
How much?
$1.
$1?
$1.
You have any water?
Yes.
How much?
$1.
$1. How much for a woman?
50 cents. Haven't got any dollars.
Geen probleem.
For example, it's a Virgin Mary. You can read the name Constantinos from the top of the bottom. And on the left hand side, you are able to read Justinianus Justinian, who built this structure in the 6th century AD. And in his hand, he has a model of it and presenting it to the Virgin Mary. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to use washrooms,
Well, you're just killing a few hours here while we're waiting for the fat Americans to go to the toilet. Thought I'd get that on film, Claude.
Pardon?
It's so exciting waiting for things like that, isn't it?
Oh, this is what I came over here for. Now look at those pretty young girls. Aren't they nicely dressed?
Nice to see kids in school uniform, isn't it?
Hello. There's always a cheeky one, isn't it?
Yeah. Most of the time it's you.
while please.
That'd be nice of you.
Wondering whether to come back this afternoon. Am I about to walk into anything?
Swizzers, yeah, Swizzers. Scissors, yeah. I wonder if they were happy.
They're always looking behind them. Video will show me those people.
Yeah, that will do it.
It's I'm looking at they
This is the mosque temple, it said. For the private one for I'll just read that writing up there. What does it say?
You're still there yet? Because I've thought at one time they were going to capture you and hold you as a hostage.
Famous natural areas where the migration birds fly over the Bosporus and the Netherlands, especially the Bosporus. If you are about this time, this is the right time in fact, you might see millions of the storks flying over to the south. And in May they do fly from the south to the
Well, we'll try.
consists of elements of ovally shaped elements and dome, half dome, quadruple domes, and the elements of the oval shape. The whole group is supported by 4 granite pillars. Each one is about 66 feet high and 16 feet in diameter, stone inside and covered with marble slabs. These supporting elements of the roof are called in the architecture elephant legs. We call them elephant legs. So 4 elephant legs carry the weight of the dome. And the height of the dome here is 130 feet. Now you see the photo of the deck. There isn't any difference at all. It is only to avoid some misunderstanding. Some individuals
How we come back to the bus now? Is it look group? Yeah, send me a copy.
That's okay. I'll just set my bag down.
Smile, Lindsay.
Nice view, isn't it?
What mystic?
I've got the ship and the... Can I make a comment for you? Can I get a comment from you?
Yeah. The TSS Olympic, 650 feet long, originally known as the Empress of Britain, built in the Clyde, 1956, has since had 6 different owners and currently cruising the Greek islands. It has enough cabin space for 1,600 passengers, 400 crew. There are 728 passengers currently aboard, and the ship appears to be packed. God knows what it would be like if we had a full complement of passengers. Thank you very much.
The last day today. Tomorrow. Yes, the